Hello, everybody. It is Moko here, and I have a humongous reading, celebrity reading for you guys. I am doing Miss Beyoncé and Jay Z. Now, first, I have to give a disclaimer. I am a huge Beyoncé fan. Okay, I have to say that I'm a huge Beyoncé fan, but I will try my best to be as objective as possible, okay? And I also have to say, so I'm sure she doesn't remember my ass, but I worked with her tangentially a few times, meaning that, you know, I was working on a project. This is like my regular everyday life. But I worked on a project with her years ago. Met her, super nice lady. So I have to put my little biases, my little disclaimer out there to be like, listen, met this lady before, worked with her a few times, am a big fan, but I'm still going to do my best to give a really good reading. So this is going to be pretty long. I'm going to go over each of them separately, and then together look at the past, and then how they're doing now. And then I also want to look at, you know, what's going on with Kanye, maybe this Rihanna thing, although I feel like the Rihanna thing is pretty old. But I definitely want to see what's going on with Jay and Kanye at the very end. So let's get started on Beyoncé. All right, so first, and I'm looking at recent photos of them to make sure that I capture it. I think I'm looking at a photo of Beyoncé during her Grammy performance. It's where she's wearing this really beautiful chartreuse fluffy gown. So I'm gonna ask about her first. I'm interested to see what happens, because like I said, I did work with her tangentially. I only knew her in a professional sense, so I'm curious. So let's see, public persona versus private, and then I'll draw extra cards for her shadow side. Something fell off. Wow. So this album that she's coming out with, and I think I kind of predicted that in the Will Smith video. Whatever this is, I haven't bought anything yet. Yeah, I'm a bad fan. Whatever this is, it's actually going to make her a lot of money, and I think she's coming up with a new deal actually. So let's do this. What's funny about her cards is that she's actually more powerful behind the scenes than she lets on to the public. So the public, she kind of has a similar vibe to what's her name? Halle Bailey. She has a similar vibe to Halle Bailey, but coming up soon for her. So I feel like her public persona is already cemented for the over 2 decades she's been working. But what they're saying to me is that her public persona is very clear. It's very clear. Kind of what you see is basically what you get. She's not really hiding much. Again, I'm going to look at her shadow side, but like she's not really hiding much. Her relationship is very big in terms of her public persona, which is obvious. And I feel like there's going to be a big deal coming towards her. This could be like a writing thing. Let's see. This could be I don't know. It could be a documentary. It's something she's going to release something other than music. This is the music. This is more like informational. So this could be that she's making a deal with a magazine, or she could be like having somebody help her to write a book, or it could also be another documentary, but she's going to partner with somebody to create this documentary. It's something. This is actually something big that she's going to have to put a lot of brain power in. And but this is something that is actually going to take her a while to generate. So this actually could be something that she had been working on for a long time behind the scenes, and it's finally going to be revealed this year. And this is outside of the new music. I feel like this is more of an informational thing that she's trying to get together. and I'm not seeing a group of people, but I'm seeing she's partnering with someone else or with something else that's kind of big. So that's on the forefront with her in terms of her public persona. And again, they're like, yeah, her public persona is pretty clear. It's not really any contradictions, but behind the scenes in her personal life, she's a Virgo, right? That's an earth sign. Listen, no matter what people say about her, she's actually fucking smart. Like she's actually smart, but more specifically, she's very strategic. And I feel like and I think this is something that fans would know, that she's very particular with what she wants. Anybody can see that. But this is for her personal life as well. She's smart, and she takes time to think about things before she makes a decision. But sometimes I feel like people can see her as being too cold, too aloof, too cerebral. Sometimes they can see her as being too smart. Like they can't, like nothing gets past her. It's almost like, not like she has eyes at the back of her head, but it's like so yeah, there are people who tell her things, but it's almost like she can intuit stuff very well. But outside of that, she has very healing energy. People besides her being maybe a little bit like a little bit cold, a little bit too decisive. That's how people kind of, actually what it is they're probably surprised by how sharp she is. I think that's really what it is. They're surprised by how sharp she is. So despite that, people actually like being around her because they find her like a healing energy that just a pleasure to be around. So that's pretty nice. Let's go to the shadow side. All right, Miss Beyoncé, tell me what your shadow side is. Tell me what your shadow side is, girl. Tell me. I'm gonna do it kind of like Ezra Miller's, because I feel like there's more she wants to know. I also feel like she has a really good psychic defense, by the way. Like there are some celebrities where I feel them and like their information just comes out, and she's a bit buttoned up. She's careful about what she's telling me, her energy. Very funny. Very, very funny. Not much. not much. Being a mother, so I think so one thing that's a shadow side about her is that she has sometimes her energy, so she comes across as being very well put together, but sometimes her energy isn't directed very well. And I think some of this, her image being very buttoned up and put together, is almost like she's trying to hide that sometimes her mind goes in all different types of directions. So it's not just her mind, it's also her energy, but and especially her emotional energy. So sometimes it's all over the place. Sometimes she's doing a bit too much. So it's almost like she just buttons herself up and it's almost like she tells herself, get yourself together, and then she goes outside and does whatever she does. So that's one thing that I got from her. The rest, it seems like before she had children, she was definitely all about her money, about traveling, about being busy. But I feel like, and she definitely had a direction with her career, but I feel like she's telling me that it wasn't until she became a mother that whatever was happening with her, probably in the relationship and with Fame, whatever was happening with her relationship with Jay and also with Fame and like being so concerned about money, it seemed like it's like she's telling me that becoming a mother delivered her from all of that. Becoming a mom really healed her and sort of like grounded her energy. But still, she still has this sort of erratic quality about her energy, but being a mom and focusing on the children and I guess kind of seeing what's important, what's holistic, she's telling me that saved her. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Not much of a shadow side. Yeah, not much of a shadow side, but she's definitely hinting that before she had Blue Ivy, things were not the best for her. Yeah. Now I am going to take a quick look at her career. I don't know. I feel like, well, actually, let's just pull the cards. Let's take a quick look at her career. Like I said, at the very end of that Will Smith video, for some reason, I had this urge to ask her, like, you know, what's going on with her? What does she think? And I saw, like, she doesn't give a damn. She's worried about her career, and I think she's going to come up with a new project. And then, 2 months later, she announced, what is it, Renaissance? So let's see, how is that project going to go? And I felt that that project was going to be everything she envisioned it to be. It was something that was close to her heart. So let's see. Let's draw some cards for her career for the next year. Let's try a year. That's safe. And also, how is this Renaissance project going to go? New album, something fell out. How's it gonna go? She's thinking about the future. First of all, it cost her a lot of money, but it did cost her a lot of money to put this project out. And I feel like she really had to push people around to get it done. Hold on. Let me see something. I see something. Interesting. So first, I'll start with the Renaissance because this one is pretty straightforward. Yes, this is, oh, sorry, you can't see this. This project is definitely a project that is close to her heart. And it's something that she'd been working on for a very long time. But I feel like it either cost a lot of money or maybe executives didn't really believe in it. So it's almost like she had to be forceful with her opinion, and I feel like she had to let a lot of people go, actually. So like whoever is working with her or around her, it's almost like she's working with a skeleton crew right now to get this project to come to life, because many people around her didn't necessarily believe in it, honestly. And they felt that she was being too emotional, but also too unrealistic about this project. Who knows? They could have been right, because I see something. They could have been right, but I feel like she had to cut off a lot of people and just, go her own way. Sorry for the noise, by the way. It's early in the morning, but people still make a bunch of noise in the morning. So that's the project. But now this is interesting that I see, because I asked about her career for the next year. And again, you see this Ace of Swords here. There's something is going to come out about, well, first of all, information is going to come out about her that may not be that flattering, first of all. Again, I'm seeing something about a book. Let's see. Yes, there's something about a book or just something that's informational. It's not just the music. There's something big that's informational that's going to come out. Hold on. Are they going to release a couples thing or something? No, they're not going to release a couples thing. Please don't do that. But there's something informational that's going to be released to the public. But in terms of her career, so this looks like, I feel like she wants to tour, but there are going to be either delays in touring, or that there's going to be some disappointment when it comes to touring. That's what I feel. Like she wants to, but it's either that she cannot due to, you know, external circumstances, or that she's going to be forced to take a break or something like that. But she definitely wants to tour. I see it. She wants to move around. She wants to get out. She wants to tour. But there's like a blockage here with it for some reason. Yeah, no, there's sort of a blockage here when it comes to touring. There's a blockage here when it comes to touring. It could be that she has like an industry partnership that it's either unfair, or there are some things within this contract that sort of like, you should have thought about this, because I feel like she wants to tour, but either it's not going to happen, there's going to be a delay, or some of the agreements that she made, she's going to be like, fuck, I fucked myself. Oh, sorry for cursing so much. But that's what I'm feeling. I feel like something that she signed in order to tour, or maybe she wants to leave her record. Does she want to leave her record label? Does she want to leave her record label? Okay. No, she's having problems with the label. She's having problems with her contract. It's her contract. She may either try to get out or try to sign a new one, and there are going to be issues and a bunch of delays. Because again, I saw earlier when it came to the album that somebody in her, or people in her camp, didn't really believe in what she was doing, and she's just like, you know what, I'm just done. Interesting. So her career, there are going to be some ups and downs here. There are going to be some difficulties for the next year, especially when it comes to her contract, to whatever label she signed up with now. Is it Columbia still? There are going to be some issues. I think there's going to be a fight with her label. All right. All right, so now let's get to Jay. Let's talk about his public and private persona, his shadow, and his career. I don't follow Jay-Z's career, so I have no idea. I'm going into it blind. But let's talk about it. Jay-Z, what's your persona? Their energy is very low-key, by the way. I can't figure out if it's calm or if they're just very, 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 very private. I know Beyoncé, she has really great psychic defense. I'm not sure about Jay, but their energy is very low-key, very low-key. He's interesting. He could, his private persona, yeah, he's well known, but he could take or leave it. Let's move this light. Sorry about that. Yeah, Jay-Z, he could take or leave it. His private persona, or his public life. I mean, whenever the star shows up in the public life, that's basically someone who's super famous worldwide, all this stuff, or who wants to be. So for him, I feel like, so actually this could also be saying that he may be coming out with a new project as well, because it seems like right now he's juggling a lot of things. He's quite busy. Sometimes I feel like he juggles between retiring and being back in the spotlight. Like he goes back and forth. I think didn't he retire? Like he fake retired one time, a long time ago. But I feel like for real, he does juggle between that. Yeah, but very in the very near future, actually, he may announce a new project, or people may just become interested in a lot of his old work. This happens a lot with kids on TikTok, where they discover something from like, I don't know, 2002, and then it starts becoming popular again. So I feel like something like that may happen to him. So if he doesn't release news or announcement about a project or whatever. I think this, no, actually, I think this is going to be a creative project. It's not going to be something like, you know, a new alcohol or a new team or whatever. I feel like this is going to be related to his music somehow. So if he does not release information about that coming soon, his work may just be rediscovered by the Gen Z crowd, and, you know, he'll get known by the young people again. In terms of his private life, so something, actually, let me double check this. Woo! Boy, oh boy. Did someone die around him? Ooh. Oh man. Yeah, this is yeah, I feel like either someone could have passed around him. So his private life. So okay, let me just explain why I pulled so many extra cards. Let's get this out of the way. Is because many times they show up as Emperor and Empress together, or Queen and King of Pentacles. So I mean, I don't want to say, you know, so his private life, this is not information about what he's like in private, by the way. He's thinking of someone, this could be Beyonce. I did ask if this is a cheating scandal, and they're showing me no, it's not. At least not right now, it's not. This, I kind of feel like this is either Beyonce or someone in his family that is going through a hard time. So either someone, like an adult or something like that, passed away, or I feel like someone around him may have suffered from like a miscarriage, because I'm feeling pregnancy from this, and I asked a couple of times, and it's almost like they're saying yes, either there was like an abortion. I know this feels more like a miscarriage, so that is kind of on his mind. I'm not gonna ask if it's Beyonce, because I feel like that's being a little bit too crass, but I will say that normally when it comes to their relationship, they both show up as King and Queen of Pentacles. So I don't know, it's possible that something like that may have happened, or it's someone that he knows, a woman he knows, or someone in his family. I don't think that this is like some, you know, he got somebody pregnant and she got an abortion. I feel like this is someone he knows, and he's close to this person, or it's someone in his family that he's also close to who's suffering a miscarriage, and it's on his mind. It's on his mind, and but this is someone he knows very well, because I see him trying to help her, like mentally. He's trying to help her. Yeah, oof. That's shocking. That's shocking. So yeah, so this didn't give me any information about what he's like in private. It's just, this is what he's dealing with in his private life right now. All right, so let's go to his shadow life. Let's shake that energy off first, and then we'll go to his shadow side. Okay, Jay Z, what's your shadow side? I feel like anybody can guess, but what's your shadow side, Jay Z? Well, what is this? Please don't tell me we're going to have more lockdowns, because I feel like they both want to travel. They both really want to travel, but it's like there's something blocking them from being able to travel. For him, I right now I don't see that he wants to travel because of a tour, but there's something that's blocking the both of them from traveling where they like from and going where they want to go, and this feels international. Huh. Well, I won't say what I think it is because I'm not trying to cause any debate about health choices, but it's possible that it could be related to health. But yeah, so for one, he definitely, so they actually kind of share a shadow side where they have sort of like this really hot, passionate, nervous, kind of highly emotional, explosive energy that they kind of hide. Beyonce does a better job at hiding it, whereas he does not. And I feel like, I don't know, I like this miscarriage or loss of a child, it's actually weighing really heavy on him. And I feel like whenever it happened, he is telling me he knows that he dropped the ball. Because I feel like he walked away. I don't know. This could be talking about Beyonce. I feel like when she needed him the most, he walked away, and it still weighs heavily on his mind. It still weighs heavily on his mind. I feel like he was talking about her. So I don't know if this was recent or if this was before they had Blue, but he's showing me that in his heart, he still feels like I made the wrong decision. I should have stayed, because she could have had, she could have lost a baby and he didn't know, and he feels like an ass. But so outside of that, his shadow side, he's stubborn. I feel like he's very fearful. He's very fearful. And I think he's really protective. He's very protective of his daughters too. He's very protective of his daughters, but he's quite fearful. He has a lot of wounds. His dad wasn't around, right? Yeah. Yep, here it is. His father wasn't around. Is his father still alive? He is giving me much more information. His dad is like, this is one of the father cards for me. Dad wasn't there. He didn't know. He didn't really have any guidance. He felt, and he was like a late bloomer. Jay Z was a late bloomer. He was very afraid when he was younger. He still carries this with him. He still carries a lot. Beyonce heals relatively quickly. I feel like it's mostly because she can control herself much better than Jay Z can. But he still has a lot of stuff from childhood that's weighing on him. His dad is showing up. And that's probably why he feels so bad about leaving her when she needed him, because it's like he was just like his dad, just like his father. So I don't know if his dad walked out, or if his father died, or if he never knew his dad, or what the circumstances is, because I don't really follow Jay-Z, but his father weighs heavily on his mind, and he feels like because of that wound, it took him a long time to blossom into being a real present father. And I feel like he dotes on the girls more often because of what he did to Beyonce. But his father is here. He's here in the shadow. And Jay-Z he's fearful. He's a cautious person. You wouldn't think that by looking at him, but he's a cautious person. He plans, and I feel like, so he manifests well, but the thing with him is that he plans with doubt in the future. Let's see, how can I rephrase that? It's almost like he assumes the worst, so he plans for the worst. So that's kind of how he manifests. I mean, normally people say, oh, always be positive, but for him, fear actually works really well in terms of manifesting. So it's almost like he manifests to make sure that his worst fears don't happen. So that's very interesting. But his shadow side is all about fatherhood. It's fatherhood. He feels very guilty towards Beyonce about this child that they lost, and he just wasn't around for it. He didn't help her, and it weighs heavily on him. Very interesting. All right, let's get to his career. All right, Jay, let's get out of your emotional space and talk about the career. So what is going on with you, Mr. J? What's going on with Jay-Z's career? Again, no. He feels blocked. He feels blocked. There's something something is going on. And the more I drew, the more it's just like, oh gosh, oh my gosh. There's a blockage here. There's definitely a blockage here. And it feels like this is something that he's dealt with before. So it looks like his career is in a bit of a slump. And again, this could be that he's like, you know, trying to think like, should I stay? Should I retire? I don't know, da da da. But this looks like, well, hold on. Well, it looks like he will, eventually he will get out of whatever this is. So I do feel like there's going to be some gossip around him. There's also going to be something happening in the industry that is just, this is an industry thing. So something is happening in the industry where it feels like he's blocked. So yeah, it feels like he's blocked from progressing due to something that's going on in the industry. Some of it can be a bit personal because I feel like this is something that's happened. He's faced this problem before. That's what I should say. He's faced this problem before, except now this time I feel like it's a bigger deal, and it's definitely affecting how he moves in the industry. And I feel like it's going to involve more people than him. So there's going to be a group of people, or maybe it's something that's going to affect rappers. There's a lot of fighting. I do see some gossip coming out about it. I'm not sure if the public will be told everything that's happening, but some gossip is going to come out about it that's going to be detrimental to his career. Yes, this gossip is going to be, whatever this news is going to be detrimental to his career. And it's almost like he's going to be forced to make a choice. Like he has to evolve. Or if he wants to stay, he has to evolve and do something different. So I feel like this is industry changes. Can you tell me? This is industry changes. So his family life is fine, but like this career stuff. So this could also be something that's going to be affecting Beyonce as well, because I felt the same blockage from her as well. Like it's blocked being moved, but it looks like eventually whatever this negative energy is, it's going to change, and I feel like he's going to come out on top. So I don't know, maybe he's going to get involved in some sort of lawsuit or changing something for artists or something like that, because I feel like there's going to be an industry change that's going to negatively affect a lot of artists. And it's almost like he needs to decide if he wants to take up the fight, or if he just wants to retire and just live his family life. But I feel like he's gonna fight, and then he'll come out on top eventually. But yeah, there's definitely a slowdown. There's for sure a slowdown. Guys, I do not profess to know any of these people's vaccination status, but I feel like this could be this could be related to like the vaccine stuff. You either get it or you can't work or you can't tour. It could be related to that, where some of these artists are going to be like, no, because this is an industry change. I know that some of them cannot perform live if they don't have their shots. So it's possible that they may say you guys need to have a booster every 6 months or whatever, similar to what Canada is saying. And some of these people are going to be like, we're not doing this anymore. So I was kind of feeling that this tour stuff may be sort of related to that, but I feel like it has something to do with that. It's something to do with that, where there's going to be an industry change that is unfair, and it's going to affect a lot of people in the industry, and eventually Jay Z is going to be like, no. I mean, I don't know what his vaccination status is, but he's going to be like, you know what? No. I think that's probably what's going to happen, and some other stuff. But Yep. So yeah, let's go to their relationship. All right, so it has been a long time since I used these cards, but I want to use them on Beyonce and Jay Z just to see what the relationship was like while they were dating, when they were when she was really young. And I'm looking at a picture of them on TRL. Oh my gosh, those 2000 fashions. So I want to see, why did they get together in the first place? Because some people think it's PR, some people don't. Or some people think it started off as PR. So yeah, I want to look at, why did they decide to get together, and what was the relationship like for them when they were young. Oh, oh my gosh, this is so adorable. This is so adorable. Okay, so it's a mix. You probably can't see all of that, but I'll show you guys. So listen, Jay Z, for all the people, so there is an element of work here when they first got together. There is an element of work here, but it's showing that both of them, they actually hooked up because they kind of broke up with people around the same time. So they were both actually suffering heartbreak. Like because I asked why did they get together in the first place. Let's see if you can see this. They were both actually suffering heartbreak. One person left the other and the other one was left, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But they were both suffering heartbreak. I feel like they were kind of friends to begin with, and after they had their own breakups, they kind of got together. But it feels like they were both quite shy about it. It's very cute. They were both very shy about it. Both commiserating with each other. Oh, I just broke up. Oh, you just broke up. And then they just hooked up that way. Now on Jay Z's part, he really liked her. He felt sure about her from the beginning. Whereas with Beyonce, she was more concerned about her work. And there is an element of them getting together for work because it would be a good idea. We like each other, but this would also be a really good idea. It would help magnify our images and blah 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 and whatever. And for Jay Z, he liked her. But the thing is I feel like he was very afraid to send her a message at first. So again, like I'm picking up on shyness on both of their parts. And for Beyonce, sorry, all these cards are everywhere. For Beyonce, again, I'm seeing that some of this was work for her. Like, that's my fave, but I'm going to be honest, some of this was work for her. But the thing is that other people around her were telling her, no, don't do it. We know about his reputation, don't do it. But she was just like, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to see what this is all about, right? So then I asked, why do these two stay together? Because I did see an element of work, of PR, of we like each other, but this will also benefit us. I asked, why did they stay together? Look at what they got. They got the Sun and the Two of Cups. So it's like, I think this is something that started off as PR, like, oh, it'll benefit us and we like each other, but we'll be famous and da-da-da. But they actually did fall in love. they actually did fall in love. Can you guys see this? Yeah, they actually did fall in love. So that's cool. Let's shuffle these, because then I want to ask, like, because I saw in Beyonce's card that she was showing me right before she had Blue, there were a lot of struggles. So let's ask, what was the relationship like right before Blue was born? Or maybe I should say before they got married. No, maybe I should say right before Blue was born. Wow. Wow. Okay, I see. No, they were having issues. They were having issues. He was cheating. That's what it was. Wow. 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 No, he was cheating. That's what it was. He was cheating for sure. Look at this. Look at this. This is Jay Z. This is Seven of Swords. Everybody knows that's basically the liar cheater card. But here you have, you know, this very proud cat sitting next to a graveyard with a bunch of skeletons buried deep. And then here, this is, you know, this is the happy home, but here's the tomcat. He's outside of the home, so he was cheating right before she became pregnant with Blue. He was cheating. And then on her end, they were on break. They were not, I don't think they were on speaking terms. Yeah, like right before she became pregnant with Blue. So then again, I asked, well, you know, what was going on right before? So it looked like they were kind of reconciling just a little bit. And during the pregnancy, you have this Father of Swords. So like the truth came out. They were clearing the air. I would not be surprised if they had a lot of arguments about it. And then right after she was born, here's the Two of Wands, where they're you know, like, okay, well, you know, let's stick together. So I think what she was telling me, that it wasn't until she had Blue where everything seemed to become grounded and calm down. I think it was because of what he was doing. Like, he was not being a good person, and that's probably what's weighing on him with this miscarriage and this child, where he just wasn't there. So wow. Thanks, Jay, because I'm pretty sure I got that information from Jay. Okay, so lemonade. I mean, I'm not going to get into that. We already know they were quite vocal about it. So let's ask, how are they doing now in 2022? How are they doing now in 2022? Honestly, my feeling from them is very calm. It's not, you know, but we'll see. Let's see what the cards say. How are they doing now in 2022? Interesting. Beyonce is all about her work, by the way. She is all about her work. Yeah, she feels stable. And he's still in love. He's still in love. I feel like, you know, every once in a while they do get into an argument, and sometimes he does try to like travel around just to spice things up. But he this is him on this side. He's definitely in love, and it seemed like, I don't know if they made like a recommitment to each other, but that's what it seems like. And for him, it feels like, for the most part, he's emotionally stable. But sometimes he can be a bit erratic. And for Beyonce, she feels quite stable as well. But again, she's always about her money. She's always about working, all this stuff. And when I ask what's going on around her, it feels like she's more worried about her work right now she's more so this is her in the relationship. She's basically the stability and he's basically the love. Like you would think that it's the other way around, but he's mostly the emotional one and she is not so much. It's yeah. So she, like, on her mind, work is really on her mind. And he's busy being a dad. Whereas she's just like, okay, what's going on with this work? What's going on with my projects? What's going on with the money? The this, that, da 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 da. So she is more of, I mean, she's kind of like more like the traditionally masculine one, and he's kind of the feminine one right now. So I feel like he's at home for the most part. He's taking care of the kids. She is as well. I'm not trying to say that she's out, abandoning her kids, but she's for sure worried about the work and where the money is coming from to do what she wants to do. She's looking for new partnerships as well. So I feel like she did fire a lot of people and she's looking to replace key people. Or this could also be her looking for a new label. But she's definitely focused on work. So I asked about their energy together, and it's beautiful. Like right now, there's a lot of love coming in, especially from Jay Z's side to her. They feel, affectionate with each other, lovey-dovey, probably sending each other love notes and all that stuff. Do I sound jealous? And I asked about a year from now, their relationship still feels strong. And then I asked like 2 or 5 years from now, and again, it's still strong. And I feel like they may release something together, like release an album together or a movie or whatever, something like that in 2 years. Yeah, in about 2 years. So it's possible that like 2 years later they'll go on tour or something like that. So I think they're going to have more projects together, whether fans like it or not. They're going to have more projects together. So in terms of their relationship, it's cool for now. it's cool right now. I think Jay he needs to keep going to therapy to work on his dad issues, because that's something that popped up very strongly for him. I was actually surprised at how much he told me. And Beyoncé, she's working on her career. Some stuff may come out about them, like some information that could be embarrassing, but it seems like the relationship is pretty strong and it's going to keep going strong for some years to come. So let's talk about these rivalries next. Okay, very quickly, because this is already long as hell. I don't like, how many of y'all even watch these long ass videos? So very quickly, I want to look at Beyoncé and Rihanna. I feel like whatever beef they had is over with. Like neither of them really care, but let's look at the past. So in the past, okay, I take that back. No love lost between these two. No love lost between these two. No love lost. No love lost. Da da da. Da 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 da. Whoa, boy. Whoa. So, yeah, not so great. Not so great on either side. Hold on. Let me ask Beyoncé. Ooh. Wow. Okay. No. Ooh. The streets are talking. Well, the cars are talking. Okay, so first I asked, and I'll show you all the cars. First I asked Rihanna how did she feel about Beyoncé, but I feel like this is like Rihanna's going through a lot, and I've done some live readings on her that I posted on the YouTube channel. That ASAP is going to give her a hard time. So Rihanna is going through a lot, so some of that is definitely spilling out. But she she was a little bit intimidated by Beyonce, of course, because she looked up to Beyonce for some time. But she also felt like there was a sense of competition and a sense of frustration of like not being able to break free. So I feel like she didn't really care for the Beyonce comparisons. Honestly, she didn't really care for them. And she felt like she was just trapped by people like not really seeing her for what she was. So there's that. And then Beyonce here, like she felt betrayed by Rihanna. She felt betrayed by Rihanna. And I asked why, and it showed like she felt that Rihanna showed her a really happy face, like she smiled in her face but stabbed her in the back, like she stole something from her. And I had to ask, I was like, okay, so did Jay Z and Rihanna sleep together? She's saying no, they didn't. But I feel like this is more on a professional sense. Like she feel like Rihanna really kind of like smiled in her face, but she kind of hid a devious nature in between this sort of nice girl act. And it's like, yeah, no, yeah. And Beyonce is telling me that she helped Rihanna get into the business. And I feel like she was more hands-on with Rihanna in the first place, but it's like she stabbed me in the back. That's how Beyonce feels. It actually has nothing to do with Jay Z. He does not show up at all. This is an industry thing. She feels like Rihanna stabbed her in the back after she helped her. So then I asked, what was their relationship like in like, what did I say? Like 2005? And there's just like a lot of anxiety here. But I also feel like other people were getting into each of their heads and making things worse. And then I asked 2010, so this is what, after Good Girl Gone Bad, they were not speaking to each other. And then like 2020, oh no. I thought the beef was over, but it looks like it's not. it looks like it's not. So let's be fair to Rihanna and ask her. Rihanna, she just wanted to be famous. She did whatever she did. You know, I mean, she was meant to be famous either way, but she did. You know, she did whatever she did. She did it because she wanted to be famous. Like it's showing here. It's showing here. Like she wasn't. So Beyonce feels like Rihanna was smiling in her face and she hid a devious nature. That could be true, but from Rihanna's point of view, she was like, no, I just wanted to be famous, that's it. And I asked her, did you stab Beyonce in the back on purpose? She's saying no, an opportunity was offered to her and she took it. So they're not telling me what this opportunity is, but it seems like Beyonce feels like Rihanna took something from her. Like she may have like lied about something, like, so, oh no, you know, but then she went ahead and did it anyway. And that's actually what caused the rift. It has nothing to do with Jay Z at all. And in fact, Beyonce is like, they didn't sleep together. You know, but it could also be just the rumors and like how Rihanna kind of played into it, that she's just like, wow, really? But it seems like Rihanna's saying, I didn't mean to do anything on purpose. I just saw an opportunity and I took it. And that's it. So that's that for those two. Wow. And next, let's go for Kanye and Jay Z. I'm not sure how I should divide the years, because I feel like their relationship had been up and down no matter what year. So let's see. First, let's ask how they feel about each other. What's going on? So, actually, first, Kanye, how are you doing, buddy? And then Oh boy. Boy, 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 boy. Damn, there are a lot of backstabbers around these two. Kanye is not doing okay. Okay, actually, let me tell you guys. I had a random dream about Kanye. So I've had maybe 2 or 3 dreams about Beyonce. But I had a random dream about Kanye and Kim earlier this week, where in my dream they were trying to get back together, but Kanye was going off the deep end. And he had like incriminating video and photo of Kim. I feel like he deleted the videos and photos, but he was talking about it, so people were trying to look for it. Like, it was such a random thing. So freaking random. Anyway, so Kanye's on this side and Jay Z is on this side. Jay Z is really loving his marriage right. He's really loving his marriage right now, by the way. But Kanye, he's unhappy. I don't know what his dating situation is, but he's quite unhappy. He's not really satisfied with what's in front of him right now. He's in a bit of a funk. So I asked him how did he feel about Jay Z. Kanye didn't really have pure intentions to begin with, guys. Like, I know I prefer Kanye's music. Well, Yeezus and above, I prefer Kanye's music, but this is showing me very clearly that Kanye did not have pure intentions. He was a bit grimy, and in some ways he still kind of is towards Jay-Z. He did see Jay-Z as like a big industry guy, and Jay-Z still is, even though he's not that active with music. But it was like, I don't know, there's something is just not right with Kanye. Like, clearly we can see that now. Something's just not really right with him, and I feel like he's somebody who just, he has to compete against other people. He has to be on top. He has to be number one. He has to, and he's a little bit of a bully, guys. He's kind of a bully. Stop feeling bad for him. He's a bit of a bully. He has to be right. He likes to fight people. Yeah, he just, yeah. Like, in a way, they kind of have like a sibling rivalry somewhat. But on Kanye's end, sometimes he takes it too far. And on Jay-Z's side, he actually feels good about Kanye. He feels great about Kanye. They're kind of, I mean, this moon and sun can be a bit, charitable in that, like, they're like divine counterparts, I guess you could say. Yeah, so that can be kind of nice as well. They're the polar opposite of each other, but they complement each other very well. But for the most part, Jay-Z feels kind of good about Kanye, but he's sort of like, yeah, if we're cool. If we're not, whatever. He has sort of like a laissez-faire relationship with Kanye, where he's just like, yeah, I mean, it'll be nice to start again, but if we end, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But it's easy breezy, it's not full of this competition, this competitive energy here. So I asked, what was the energy of their relationship in 2010? I think, was that when Watch the Throne happened? It was work, that's it. And then I asked about 2016, because that's around the time where Kanye was talking trash, and there was like a money issue, I think. So again, about work, about money, there's not that much brotherly love. But ask what's their relationship like now. They're okay. And funny enough, this is the energy that I get with Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj, where they're very close. So Kanye and Jay, they're actually on pretty good terms behind the scenes right now. Who knows how long that will last? Because I feel like Kanye, he causes trouble. He's somebody who, I should probably do a reading on him. He's somebody who has a hard time being happy, because it feels like when things are going good, he just sabotages himself to make them bad again. Something's off with him. All right, so that's it. Very long reading. I think this may be a record for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys share, because this took a long time, and I know it's going to take an even longer time to edit. But thank you guys for supporting my channel, for going to my Instagram, for all this stuff. I will do more readings like this in the future. Just let me know what you want, and I will put it on a list. All right, bye guys. If you would like a personal reading from me, then please go to my website at www.tarotbymoko.com and click on the Book a Reading button from the homepage. From there, you will be redirected to my shop, which includes categories for career, future forecasts, general inquiries, love and relationships, personal growth, as well as options for expedited delivery. I have a spread for almost every occasion, but of course, love and relationships is the most popular, with readings for your future partner, no contact, will you ever find love, how does your crush feel, as well as sugar daddies. And if you do not feel comfortable purchasing from my website, then you can find me on Etsy under the same name, Tarot by Moko, where I have the same exact readings that I have on my website. And for those of you who would like to learn how to read the tarot, then just visit my blog, and there you will find a series called Learn Tarot with Me. There, I will provide definitions for the cards, as well as tips and tricks to help you become more intuitive with your tarot reading. All right, thank you guys so much for checking out my YouTube channel. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.